Hi everyone. So last night I went to see the film One Day with Anne Hathaway, and there is a scene in that film where she's got very short hair. She looks very sort of Parisian chic, and I just thought her makeup in it was really, really lovely and very kind of appropriate for Anne Hathaway. She has that kind of makeup quite often in red carpet events and in real life and that kind of thing, and on TV interviews and that kind of thing too. So I thought I would just do that look for you all. And if any of you haven't seen the film One Day, definitely go and see it. I think the book is a lot better, but it is a really, really nice film. So I'm currently in the middle of reading the book. I shouldn't have gone to see the film really, because I was in the middle of the book and now I know what's going to happen in the end. But I just really wanted to see the film, but I am going to still read the book. So I'm just going to get started. I'm going to just put my hair back so we can really concentrate on what we're doing. I've got a bit of a cold. I'm really not feeling too well, so forgive my kind of pasty looking horrible face. So hopefully some makeup will perk me up a little bit. So for foundation, I'm using NARS Sheer Glow because the base she's got in that scene is very kind of sheer and luminous, but it's not shiny or dewy. It just kind of looks very fresh and very kind of polished. So that is the look I'm going for. You'll probably be thinking that this foundation is a bit too dark for my skin, but what I do is, because I sometimes use fake tan on my body, I'm using the QVS stippling brush. Because I use fake tan on my body, I don't really use fake tan on my face just because I use my Clarisonic every day. So I'll kind of exfoliate on a regular basis, so I don't really see the point in applying a fake tan. So I'm then, when I cleanse, just going to kind of cleanse off, if you know what I mean. So I don't tend to really use it that much. So I just kind of match my foundation to my body. So I've got my base kind of laid down. Just a very kind of light coverage because it really looks like she hasn't got much on. For concealer, which I definitely need today, I'm going to use my Benefit Boing concealer on any blemishes, which is this concealer right here. This is in the shade 2. So I've got this lovely little blemish here. I'm going to apply that and use my stippling brush to just blend it out. So if you can see what the base looks like, it's just very, very sheer, but kind of quite luminous, but not shiny. So don't go for something like MAC Face and Body because that would be all wrong. Oh, I hate this little blemish right here. So blemish is covered. I'm now moving on to concealer, and I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Secrets Concealer because you all know how much I absolutely love this. So I'm just using this under the eyes because it's quite peachy and really just gets rid of any horrible darkness. I'm using a fluffy brush to just blend it in. Like so. So we've got our base done. I'm going to just lightly powder, but really lightly, because we want the base to kind of stay looking fresh and luminous. So just gonna, using the Rimmel Silky Loose powder, just really kind of gently dust it, almost flicking most of it off. I'm now going to move on to adding a tiny amount of bronzer just to kind of warm up the complexion because her complexion looks quite sort of tawny. So I'm using the L'Oreal Glam Bronze Bronzer and the tiniest amount just down the centre of my face. Don't use it on your cheeks or anywhere, just down the centre to kind of give you that warm look. I'm now going to move on to brows, and the reason that I think brows are quite an important part of this look is she's got very, very straight brows and they're quite full. So I'm going to kind of attempt to make mine quite straight, even though my brows are actually quite highly arched. So you want to kind of just brush them down and kind of try and get them into that shape, into a flatter sort of shape, a less arched shape. And I'm just using a matte brown shade. I'm using the Benefit shade that you all know how much I love, to just fill in any gaps in my brows, because we do want the brows to be quite prominent. Like so, and then just kind of brush them out and down. And like that. So we've got our brows kind of a little bit straighter. And I'm now going to move on to the eyes. And the eyes are a really nice part of this look, I think, because they're quite kind of natural, but they kind of do look very French. And as a base, I'm using the Benefit Creaseless Cream Shadow in RSVP, just really lightly all over my lid, just to kind of help the shadow stick. Like so. Then all over the lid I'm going to use the shade Buck by Urban Decay, because I think that's just the perfect shade for this kind of look. She has a very kind of matte brown shade all over the lid, and I'm going to actually use a mixture, I think, of Naked and Buck, which are these two right here. So the two kind of matte shades. So I'm going to first put Naked all over the lid. Like so. And then I'm going to take Buck and apply Buck all over the lid as well. Buck's a really nice colour. I love this colour. It's just a very kind of warm, tawny brown shade. Just make sure you blend the colour out, kind of thing. Because it's a very, very soft look. So I've blended most of it out. I'm just going to kind of soften it up with my fingers again and apply a bit more of the shade Naked just on top to kind of make it lighter. I'm then going to use a little bit of Carbon eyeshadow by MAC on a little brush, and I'm going to just use a angled brush like this. And I'm using Carbon by MAC because it's a matte shade and she's got kind of like a very soft, smoky black shade on her kind of outer corners. So it's this shade right here. And I'm going to just use this to kind of get that nice smoky look, which is a lot easier when you're using shadow. So if you can see that right there, and I'm going to just blend it out as well in a minute. Kind of wing it out very, very, very slightly. Make sure you get it very, very close to the roots of your lashes. And I'm now just going to take the same brush I used for Buck and Naked and just blend it out. Like so. Under the eyes she hasn't really got anything. She has got quite a bit of mascara on, but it's very kind of natural, fluttery looking mascara. So I'm going to use my, if I can find it, I'm going to use the MAC Factor False, oh no, there it is. I'm going to use, sorry, not Max Factor, the Rimmel Day to Night mascara, but I'm only going to use the length side of it to get that kind of really fluttery eye look, which is very, very easy to achieve, but you do need to kind of curl your lashes first. Well, I think you do anyway. It kind of makes your eyelashes look a little bit shorter in a way, but a lot more kind of curlier and more fluttery and pretty. It's much more about having a pretty eye look than having really long, kind of noticeable lashes. So I'm just going to curl my lashes. Like so. And apply just a little amount of the mascara. But kind of not concentrating it anywhere, just really to achieve fluttery, really natural, pretty lashes. So it just looks like you've got really nice, long eyelashes, but not like you've got much mascara on. Even though I personally like it when it looks like you've got lots of mascara on, but it's kind of for the purpose of this look. Like so. For blush, I'm going to use MAC Cream Blush in Something Special, which looks like this, just because it's a really pretty kind of tawny peach shade that I think would work really, really well. Because it kind of looks like you've not really got that much on. Just warms up the face. And now I'm going to move on to the lips, and I think that the Natural Collection, Collection 2000 Cream Puff is perfect for this, because she's got a kind of stained look and it's a very, very similar colour. So I'm going to apply it like this and then apply that all over the lips, and then I'm just going to go in with a slightly darker brown toned lipstick, so something like Rimmel's Paradise, which looks like this, just to kind of make it a little bit more brown. And then just mould the two together. And there we have it. No highlighter or nothing like that. Just a really kind of simple, very chic look. No lip gloss or anything like that. Keep it quite matte. And yeah, if you've seen the film, let me know how you liked it, and let me know if you've got any other kind of tutorial requests. They're not kind of, you know, spot on tutorials, but it's a kind of more wearable version, I'd like to think, and inspired by that kind of look. So let me know if you've got any other requests and that kind of thing, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.